At this point, I was dating to marry. I was not dating to be playing games. I knew what I wanted, and I knew what I had in the past, and that I didn't want that. So I was at a spot where I wanted something serious. I knew my worth, so I knew that I wasn't going to be putting up with anything. I was going to let nothing slide. So at this time, I was not playing no games. I was really serious and ready for marriage.
I was very active and doing a lot of outreach. I was just focused on just building and learning a lot about me. So I know that anybody that was coming in my life at that time, they had to be worth the investment. When you start dating or when you start getting to know someone, that should be one of the first things that you consider. Is this person worth my time? Are they worth the investment? And you also look for signs. A lot of people out there, just because they want to be with somebody, they ignore, certain behaviors. They ignore the patterns. They ignore the signs. And if that person is really, truly, worth the investment and distracting you from what you got going on, when you start the dating process, that person should be adding to you, not subtracting from you. Her and her sisters joined the church, and I was actually one of the young adult leaders that was a part of assimilation to recruit more young adults to our ministry. And
he had his plan, y'all. He had his plan.
There was no plan. That was God's plan.
Look at God's plan.
That Sunday, I had me and another young adult leader. We came and we introduced ourselves as a part of the leadership team for the young adults, and exchanged information and told them about our ministry. And we found out a lot of stuff about her and her sister, so that they were singers. And I had invited her and her sisters to a choir rehearsal that Thursday, and they came.
We came.
And the rest is history.
Yay! So Chris invited us out to choir rehearsal, and that particular Thursday I couldn't sing because I had some dental work done. So I was sitting in the audience, and the choir was singing, and all of a sudden I just see Chris he's just looking at me like he's in a daydream? And also I'm turning around like, is he all right? Is he staring at me? He's like this. And I'm like, okay, is this guy okay? But later I found out that's when God spoke to him and told him that I was his wife. I was his good thing. And so he couldn't keep his eyes off of me.
Well, my side of the story. She was in the audience. She didn't go up that day, and I noticed that she didn't come to the platform, and I was like, what's up with that? I thought she was singing. I later found out that she had dinner work, but she sat towards the front and was just watching as rehearsal was about to start. And at that moment, I was in a trance. There was nobody else in the audience except for her, and she was just watching rehearsal, and God really just spoke to me right then and there. Mind you, I just met this girl on Sunday, so that was 4 days before, and God spoke to me in rehearsal and was like, she's the one. And I'm like, you got to be kidding.
Excuse me? What you mean?
I wasn't ready at all, because I wasn't even looking for a relationship, or I wasn't even on that. I was still preparing and getting myself together, preparing for that time. And I was, still trying to, be the good dude. I was in my healing process. And for God to present her at that time, I was all shook, like, what you say? And I just kept staring, and I was really trying to hear, I don't think I heard you right, or I don't know what's going on in my mind and my heart. I don't know if I got gas or what it was, but It was God, and it was so clear. So clear. So after that, I ran for 6 months.
Oh yeah, he ran for a while. He set up like about 3 dates and canceled the dates on me. And he finally called me. He's like, I want to take you out. I'm like, okay. Well, I was thinking in my head, I don't know if I want to go out with him. He canceled on me 3 times. I don't think he's serious. He's still trying to play games. And I ain't about playing no games.
Right, but mind you, as I said in previous videos, that Christian was like nobody I ever been with before.
Nobody? Okay.
So I knew I couldn't come with no game, and especially if God, was saying she the one, so I can't be playing games or I can't be serious. I mean, not be serious. So that's why I was like, no, I'm gonna wait this out. But the reason why it happened was because God knew I was ready. I was already doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was focused on Him, and when you ready, you present, blessings that you don't think you're ready for, or you're even worthy of. So, yeah.
Yeah, and at that time, I would give him like little hints that I was feeling him. I'll look at him, like, oh, how are you doing?
I know.
Because he looked good. I was like, okay, you look nice. Giving him little compliments, but I wasn't on him. I wasn't like thirsting for a man, like I needed somebody. But I did show him that, I was interested.
And she had her stuff together, so I was like, okay, I want to see what's up with her. Like, she was focused on, building her finances and everything. She had goals and aspirations and dreams that she had a plan together. And I was like, I was on my stuff, and I was like, I gotta have this. And I didn't want to get in my own way of missing out on something. So then, like, after the whole 3 dates that I canceled, not 4, I was like, okay, I gotta be serious, and I'm ready to take this serious, even though it was like a date. But I knew it was so much more, because it felt different, it looked different. It was just, I knew it was God.
So prior to us going on our first date, we would hang out. We would do a lot of things in groups. We did a lot of outreach ministry work with the young adults. Because we were part of the young adults. He wheeled me in. Yeah, he wheeled me in. So I went to working. I went to working, and so we hung out and we became like really good friends before we even went on our first date.
Yeah, one-on-one. We did a lot of group activities, going out to the movies as a group, and just there was a solid group of friends, a good tight circle that we can just talk about anything, and then we just became closer after a while, just learning more about each other, the way our thought processes were on different situations and different beliefs and things. So I started really feeling her, like, okay, all right, I'm about to nab her.
Then we went on our first date, and oh my God, let me tell you, it was amazing. It's like we knew each other for years, and we were going through a lot of personal issues, and we were able to just talk about it and encourage each other, talk about our dreams and our goals, and it was just like, this is it. This is it right here.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like. This is my husband. I didn't tell him that. I didn't want to scare him off. But I was like, this is my husband right here. Okay.
Yeah, the conversation was so dope. Like, I really felt that one-on-one, I felt like she was my safe place instantly. Like, I can share with her, I can be transparent with her, and there was like no judgment, no, I didn't have to worry about anything. And I was just sharing. I mean, I felt like I was talking about my childhood. Like, I had a whole session.
Yeah.
And she's the same too.
The same thing.
And we stayed there for hours.
Yes. Coming in, I didn't think I was gonna be like getting too personal, but when I sat down and I started talking, I'm like, wow, I just felt like, okay, go ahead and let it out. It's okay. He's here. He's gonna, he's gonna like encourage you. Just place. And it just felt good. It felt good.
There's a big question out there. It's like, where are all the great people at?
Where are they?
Well, they are actually at places that you like. The places that, that interest you, that they love the things that you like to do and you love to do. So when you're single, it's about staying productive. Mm-hmm. It's about doing you and staying consistent in whatever dream, goal, aspirations, discovering yourself, taking trips, getting that passport, and really traveling and learning a lot about you. For me, I was a worship leader, and I was doing what I love. I love worshiping God. I love meeting new people. I love engaging in different events and learning new things. And it just so happened I was at church, and you don't have to meet everybody at church. As mentioned, they could be doing.
It could be at the gym.
Yeah, at the gym, if that's what you like. Anything that you like, that's positive, that's progressive, because there's some things that we like that we ought not to. And you'll find people at those places that have similar interests.
Yeah, you will. And your job is not to be out there searching, ladies. Because as long as you're working and doing what you're supposed to be doing, God is going to send you that somebody. Just focus on you. Go travel. Go hang out with your girl.
Yeah, get that passport.
Yes, and guarantee you'll bump into somebody. They'll bump into you. Going in, you always want to make sure that you have an open mind. Now, I'm not saying don't have no standards. Have your standards. But don't be like, oh, I want him to look like this. He needs to have this and that. Because sometimes it may not be that. When Chris saw me, I was in his type. So, but I ended up being his type, what God had for him, Yeah. So you want to make sure that you go in with an open mind and not have your mind set on something, because then you may miss your blessing because your mind is already set when you're just going in the door, walking in the door.
That's right. So like Christian was saying that, you got to have an open mind, because if I kept looking for that same old type, high sedity, prissy, and high maintenance, I would have missed out on Christian. Christian is very, very low key. She don't really need for nothing or want like a lot of things at all. She's very, very laid back. Some people, when they get to know her, they like, oh, you really cool. They be shocked, because she's not all about the greatest and latest at all. And if I would have kept having that same idea after my whole process of learning about myself and learning what I want and don't want, but I still kept that idea in mind of my type or what I should go after, because I keep getting the same results.
He would have missed this, Mrs. Bowman. It is so important that you have that conversation about commitment, discussing where you are, where you've been, and where you're going. And then you just want to make sure that you both are on the same page.
That's right. You don't want to enter in anything. If that person is not speaking the same language, then deuces early. Don't waste your time.
Yes.
Don't waste your time. Time is something that you just can't get back, and then you can't just hope, oh, well, let me give it a month or two. If that person vocalizes where they are and that they don't want to be in a committed relationship, right now, it's not worth wasting your time you cannot get back, because somebody out there, somebody great. Don't settle for good, and then miss out on great.
Yes.
It's devastating, and then it'll just continually be a lot of heartache, strife, and it's totally not worth it.
No, not worth it. Group dating can be so fun, getting to know other couples, and then even to get to know your mate on another level is cool,
Yeah.
And then you're able to not be getting in trouble.
And having a good circle and doing a lot of group dates, it helps with accountability. It helps with those sexual urges. For too long, you got that appetite. That celibacy is easier than breaking a soul tie, man.
Yes, God. You said it right. It is.
That's the truth.
It is.
Whoa, God. And also group dating helps you to learn a lot about the person that you're dating, and you learn a lot because they're asking questions that you probably didn't think to ask. You get to hear their responses on certain topics and things. So it's always a great idea to have a good circle that you can kind of group date if you want to do it right. That would work for us. That's what works for us.
But those friends too, you gotta also have boundaries when it comes to your friends, being in your business, they can't overstep those boundaries. And family and friends, they have to stay in their lane. And if they can't stay in their lane, help them. Help them, okay? Because that could create a lot of issues too with family and friends trying to be in the business, create a lot of problems.
Yeah, when you're dating, a lot of things, well, we'll share from our experience. We kept a lot of things to ourselves. We still do as a married couple. We had disagreements or arguments, and people just would never know, and they just, y'all a perfect couple, and y'all never argue, I never see y'all mad at each other, you never going off on social media and stuff. That's what we don't do.
No.
That's not normal, and it's sad that that's a norm for people to be able to just share their business, and they use social media as a platform for counseling. And everybody just in your business, and when you invite family and friends in and you tell them about your significant other and that you done got over the situation, and they don't. I remember when
they
he
stay
did,
right there,
or when she did, and y'all still together, and you can't do that. It causes division between you two. And so it's even early stages, always keep whatever issues, whatever things that you guys have private and confidential, and work things out. You can work things out.
You can.
And if you can't, I would recommend going to someone that you truly do trust, and you both go together and kind of come to a compromise and learn how you can actually work through whatever disagreement.